Before I start, I have to show you guys the most horrible and awesome Valentine's Day card ever. Yeah, that's a thing. Hey guys, so I haven't traveled a lot in my life, but on the times I have, I've had some pretty interesting experiences. A really fun one that I went on was a trip out to Alberta to go to my brother's wedding. It was me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my other sister, her boyfriend, and my brother's best man, Chris. Now, Chris was a smoker, so every time we got out, he would go and have a smoke, and he'd come back in, and he would stink so bad. And the rest of the trip, when he wasn't able to smoke, he was jittering the whole freaking time, and since we drove through the night, I didn't get any freaking sleep. Not to mention the fact that he had his feet up on my face when he was sleeping, and they were so stanky, like, it was borderline impressive. Lucky for me, on the way back, I didn't have to travel with him. Now, I know whenever we think of travel horror stories, we always think of the actual experience of traveling, but a lot of the time, what people don't think of is the food that you're eating. A few years ago, me and my family all went to Disneyland because, you know, it's awesome. But when we were there, I had far too many of those Disneyland churros, which are so good. A lot of pizza and beef jerky and foods that you really should not eat together. So that night, the inevitable happened. I started to get kind of sick, and I decided that I needed to make it to the bathroom. I made it to the bathroom, but not before, you know what? You don't need to hear this. Okay, so like I said, I haven't done a lot of traveling before, but I did manage to make it all the way to Australia one time. Now, as you can imagine, it's a pretty long flight. It's about 14 hours, so you got a lot of time to kill. Fortunately, they had one of those little TV screens on the seat in front of you, so you could watch whatever you wanted. I ended up watching Iron Man, Kung Fu Panda, Horton Hears a Who, Iron Man again, and then about 5 episodes of The Simpsons before we landed. In between all this though, I had quite the interesting experience. So I was sitting right by the window, so basically it was the wall of the plane right here and my seat, and I just come back from the washroom to find that the guy behind me had put his feet up, wedged right between the wall of the plane and my seat, and that put his feet right about here. And he had fallen asleep like this, so I went and sat back down in my chair, and as soon as I did, I could just smell it just wafting right across my face, and it was pretty foul. So after about 10 minutes of choking down stinky feet air, I had the bright idea to take one of those little baggies that they give you the headphones in. I put it over his feet and the smell went away. So now that I had that nasty smell on my way, I was pretty tired because we had been traveling for quite a bit before we even got on the plane. So I tried to take a little sleep, and after about 15 minutes I ended up waking back up, and I glanced over and the guy's feet were gone, and so was the bag. So I guess he got the message. Anyways guys, that's about all the ridiculous traveling stories I have. If you got any good ones, you should type them down in the comments because I feel like I don't interact with you guys, the audience, enough. Anyways you guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can go ahead and subscribe it up. And if you do, I will see you next Thursday. Bye!